YouTube, it's your fave nurse B. So today we're going to talk about things you can do to prepare yourself for nursing school. So of course, there's no there's certain things you can do to prepare, but of course, when you're in it, you're in it. But here's a list that I have for you all to just kind of get you ready for nursing school. So thing number one is to look at your health. So you might have appointments or procedures or maybe even surgeries that you can try to schedule prior to going into nursing school. When I went into nursing school, I had to get all my wisdom teeth pulled out. Whew. And I wasn't able to get it done prior to going into school, but I looked at my school schedule and I scheduled time off. Like, I think we had like a fall break, like in October or something. And I had some vacation time available. So I used that vacation time and used the time I had off from school to get all my wisdom teeth pulled. And I was able to recover and go back to school and work. So if you can, look at your school schedule, try to do it during school. You might not want to, you might want to enjoy your break with your family. But if not, try to really get a lot of stuff out the way prior to. Of course, you're going to have to get your physical before you go to school anyways. But if you had like dental procedures or you got to, just different things you need to do, try to do it prior. Also, the things with your kids too, like if there's certain appointments you need to get done for your kids, try to schedule that before you get into school. That's tip number one. Number two is to look at your finances. So I know it's hard because you might not be making as much as you want to be making, or it might be harder for you to save up. But if you can, if you have the time, I would say, like, say you're starting school in the fall, like try to go as hard as you can over the summer just to make a little bit of extra money and save up, because any and everything happens while you're in nursing school. I mean, so many things happen, whether you lose your job, your spouse loses a job, you might have health issues, spouse might have health issues, your kids might be clowning in school, somebody might pass away in your family. Like, anything that could happen will happen. You'll get pregnant. I mean, anything's gonna happen. You might give birth. Anything can happen in nursing school. So just try to prepare yourself, especially with your finances. So like I said, save up. If you can, maybe pay some things off. That way you have lower bills throughout the school year. So all you have to worry about maybe is just like housing and transportation and gas and food. And so you won't have to worry about too much debt. Try to pay that off if you can. Man, I know it's hard, but this is why we're calling it planning. And also make sure that you're putting anything you need to get done with your car maintenance, your oil change, you need to get any type of things done with your car, get that done, because that's the way you're going to get around. Or if you don't have a car, make sure that you have some type of plan A and plan B for transportation. So that's that. Number three, which is probably the hardest thing to do, is to look at your home life. So if you're single, then it might be a little bit easier for you, except for, you might not have that support there. But just look at your home life. You have kids or you have a spouse or both. You need to sit down and talk to them and let them know, like, look, mom's going to be going to school, or honey, I'm going to be going to school. Like, I'm going to have to devote the next year and a half, next 2 years of my life to this school. Like, I love you, and there's going to be times where you want me to be with you and I'm not going to be able to do it. And it's just because I'm trying to get to that next level so that we can have a better life. And of course, kids, gonna be hard for them to understand it because they just want to be with you. And your spouse is gonna be hard for them to get it too, because especially if they used to just y'all being together, it's gonna be very hard to talk about these things and to deal with the fact that you're gonna be spending most of your time at school and with people from school. But it doesn't hurt to at least kind of get the conversation going. And also, before you start school, try to spend as much time with your family and your friends, because you're not going to have that social life while you're in school. Also, I would say something that I did. I think I started school in March. Yeah, I started school in March. So it was like right around tax time. So I was able to buy a lot of things in bulk. So I got like toilet tissue and, cleaning supplies, toiletries, all of these different things that you need, like dishwashing liquid, clothing detergent, all this stuff that you need that you kind of takes time away from you. Like, oh, I forgot I gotta go buy this, I gotta go buy that. Like, if you can kind of get that in bulk before you go to school, there's one less thing that you got to think about. It might seem small, Like, okay, yeah, we ran out of toiletry, I gotta go buy that. But that's taking time and energy away from you studying, from you being, you know, doing what you're trying to do in school. And if you got it there, you got it there. And if anything were to happen financially once you're in school, at least you have those kind of essentials that you need to get you through that hump. Because a lot of people, they might start school full time and realize, I cannot do this, I have to go part time. So that's why I say try to get as much prepared in the beginning, because anything can happen while you're in school. Also, what I would say, it's not fun, but it's gonna be better when you're in school, is to do like a deep cleaning or organization of your home prior to going in school, because I mean, you're just not gonna have the energy, you're not gonna have the time, and you're gonna come home and be like, oh, I hate this house, like nothing's clean, nothing is where it needs to be, like, oh my gosh, I'm a mess, I'm a wreck. But you're like, I can't do anything about it because I got to study for this exam. I mean, it sucks. But if you can kind of get things out the way, that pile of whatever that you should have went through and organized, just try to get all that together. Get that together. If you have kids, chore list, whatever the case may be, yeah, I get that under wraps. You know, this week, honey, you're going to do laundry. Next week, I'm going to do laundry. That's how we got to do it. I'm sorry. That's how we got to do it. Also, you can do that's really helpful is if you cook, if you're the person that cooks in the home, try to do some type of meal planning, which is if you make a lot of meals in bulk and then freeze them, that'd be great. And then all you gotta do is like kind of throw them in like the slow cooker or whatever. You can just do different things. I mean, Pinterest has a slew of different recipes and things you can do just to get you ready for that, because like I said, you're not gonna have that time, and as much as you can get done before you get into school is so much better on you. Even if you have to decide and look at your schedule and say, okay, while I'm in school, this is my one day off that I have to get everything together for the week, and I can make all the meals for this week, and I have a list of go-to foods or meals that we can make for the week, you know, just to kind of help you out, especially if you have a big family. So that's that. That's number 3, your home life. So number 4, your work life. To start off with, most employers, you're going to school, good for you. They don't care. They just want you to be there. So you don't expect them to have any sympathy for what you're going through. I was fortunate to be at a job and I had a good standing, like as far as my attendance and just my standing with my supervisors, to where I got accepted into the school. I went to the person who did the scheduling. I told her, this is my school schedule. This is what I can do. And I put it all in writing, typed it up, gave her a copy of my school schedule, and I just gave it to her. Like, boom, this is what I need from you. And she did it for me. So you need to talk to your employer, tell them that you need to change your schedule. Like I said, put it in writing, type it out, put it in writing, give it to them, and give them all. Some people are like, oh, you don't have to tell them all your business, blah, 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 blah. Like, I just did it because to me, that just looks even more like this girl is coming, like, she legit, like, she's coming with everything she needs. She's serious about this. She's serious about school, and she's serious about still being employed with us and doing what she needs to do to still be a great employee, whatever. So do that. Also, see if your job is going to help you with school. So some jobs, like way back when you got hired, they had that, what is it? What is that thing? I got a drink. Way back when you got employed, you probably got like a handout or something, or policies or whatever, or benefits package, and you might see something in there that says tuition reimbursement. So most jobs or some jobs will have that benefit for you, but they won't always put it out there. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's there, and if you know about it, you're lucky. You get what I'm saying? Because of course they want you to go to school, but they don't want to have to shove out this money. But they have that as a benefit for you. But they don't always push it like, hey, remember, we got tuition reimbursement. So you have to go and make sure you look and see what's available for you. Look at all your different options. My job has quite a few different options, especially if you're going and you're already a CNA or a CMT. Most healthcare jobs have some type of tuition reimbursement here in St. Louis. I know for sure. Different hospitals as well. So see if they're going to help you. Even if it's just a few $100s, like, that's help. That's going to pay for a book. That's going to do something. but make sure you look and see what different options they have. See if you getting this $2,500 loan, you have to give them such and such amount of time of work. Just see what it is, what's the give and take of it all. But definitely take advantage of it, because you're working there. Why not take advantage of it? You know, any type of financial help you can get during school, take it. Also, just look and see and kind of evaluate your job. Does your job have flexible schedules for you, so that once you get in school and you realize you can't work the hours, is it flexible enough for you to be able to say, you know what, I got to go start working night shift, or I got to work this shift, or like in my job, I'll do a separate video about working full-time and going into school full-time, because I did it the whole time throughout my school. I worked full-time and went to school full-time. But some jobs, like I think I had to go in at 2:30 and they let me come in at 3:30, because I think either 3:30 or 4 or something, because I got out of school at like 3. So I wasn't able to get there on time. So she, you know, she worked with me and was able and let me do that. So just see. It doesn't hurt to ask if that'll help you. And if it comes down to it and they're not trying to help you out, I mean, hey, you might just have to either cut your hours or just get a different job. And I know it's not easy. The work climate that we're in right now, it's very hard to get and keep a good job. But I mean, if it's a sacrifice you got to make, you just got to see how you're going to do it, and God's going to provide regardless. So look at your options, see what you can do, even if you got to work 2 part-time jobs just to make up for that full-time job you had to let go. Just see what you can do, see what's best for you and your family. But at least for me, that year of sacrifice of going to school, becoming an LPN was more important for me to hold on to my education than for me to hold on to a job. So just look at your options. I know it's hard. Money is always funny, but hey, you just got to really think about it and look and talk to your employer. Talk to them, let them know what you're doing, and just see what they can do for you. So that was tip, what, 5, 4? I don't know. But here we go. Another tip is to look at your study, like how you could have a study area. It's anytime you read anything about studying, you should have a designated area where it's free of distractions, it's quiet, and you can just be there and do what you have to do. So me, my husband and I, we've always lived in 2 bedrooms, like apartments or townhomes. So because I'm a spatial person, I need my space. Like, I have to have my own room. I don't know what's up with that, but that's just how I am, and he's okay with that. So we had a spare room that I used for studying. But it was still times where I would still be like, it would be a distraction. Like, I'd be in here studying, he'd be like out there like playing the game or something like that. And I'd be kind of distracted, or he'd be like, what you doing? Can we hang out? Because, you know, I'm at home and he's like, okay, like, let's hang out. And I'd be distracted. I want to just go out there with him. So you might find an area in your home that you can do it kind of free, away from everybody. Or you might have to find like a designated area in your neighborhood, whether it be like a coffee shop, the library, sometimes bread codes are really good to go to. I don't know if they have them everywhere. We have them here at St. Louis Bread Company. It's called Panera everywhere else, though, Panera Bread Company. But find some type of designated place, even if you got to go, like, I don't know, to like your grandma's house or your mom's house, somewhere where it's, you know, away from everybody and you can just study. And it's very helpful. And I'll do another video on that, on studying. I'll do a whole nother video. So the next tip is just something fun to do, is to try to take like a learning style test. We did this, they had us do this in nursing school. So you do a test to see what your learning style is or what type of learner you are. So there's like, you know, kinetic learning where you learn through your hands, visual, where you have to see like charts and things. And then there's auditory, and then there's another one. But most people are mixed, but there you have like one that's like more so where you really are. So if I find a quiz online that's really good, I'll put a link in the description box, but I can't think of one offhand. But look and try to find one, maybe do 2 or 3 different tests and see. And that way it kind of gets you already set up to how you might want to approach school. If you see what type of learner you are, it'll help you to kind of approach, okay, how am I going to approach going into this program and, you know, getting the most out of it. And I think that's why they had us do it in the beginning, because it really helped. Because I found out that I'm an auditory learner, and it's true. Like, if I hear somebody say something, like I remember that she said da 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 da, and I can remember it. That's why I like to record lectures all the time. I will record a lecture and just listen to it, and I got it. So, and only way I knew that, I took the test and I was like, okay, well, let me just see. And it was true. Like, I'm the type of person that can just either read it and get it, or just listen to somebody, but okay, all right, I got it, I can do it now. But then there's other different things to my learning as well. So like I said, I'll do a separate video, but that's something fun, is to see kind of where you are in your learning style. And then the last thing is like to mentally prepare yourself. Cause there's gonna be times when you're in school, when you're doing this, and you're just gonna be spent. Like, your energy's gonna be gone. Everything gonna be gone. You're gonna be pissed off at your family, at yourself, at your classmates, your teachers, at your job. You're gonna be like, this is just too much, or it's just gonna really get to you. It's just how it is, because you change it, especially you're an adult learner. Like, you have all these responsibilities of life itself, plus you have to be responsible of yourself, plus responsible for whomever else in your life, and now on top of that, you throwing this schooling on me. And I gotta pay for it. So you have to mentally prepare yourself. So what they had us do at the beginning of the school is, like the class before us, like they wrote on our dry erase board all these different quotes and things like, make sure you bring snacks to here, or you can do it, da 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 da, like all these inspirational quotes. And it was really nice. And I had wrote one down, and of course I cannot find it. I'm sure I got it somewhere. And I would just look back at that quote and be like, you know what, that's true. And it kind of helps to like recenter you. So you can write out before you start school, kind of like write yourself a letter maybe, and be like, this is why I'm doing this. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it because it's something I always wanted to do. I'm doing it because I want to challenge. Like, just write out why are you even partaking or going forth on this journey. And you can find like prayers and scriptures and quotes out there that are going to help you, that you can write down. Just to kind of like, it might sound cheesy and all that, but you have to, it gets hard, and it weighs on you. It weighs on you so much mentally to have to just deal with everything. When it comes to working and going to school and having, even if you don't work, when it comes to going to school, it's a lot, because you study so hard for a test, and then you might get the test and you only got like a 69. You like, seriously, like I put so much into it, da, 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 and you just get so worn down. So find a way and write down things, and maybe if you have to look at an inspirational video every morning before you go to school, or whatever it takes, just find something so that you can keep your sanity. And also find yourself a cheerleader, somebody who is going to be rooting for you and like, girl, you can do it. I know you can do that. My cheerleader was my husband. My co-workers were like so helpful. It would be times I'd be at work and I would be like literally like ready to just pass out. And it gets hard, but you know, I have great co-workers who were very supportive of me and what I was doing. Like, you gone, girl, you gonna get it, girl, da 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 da. Like, they were so supportive, and my husband has always been supportive of me. So just do what you can. Even if you don't have a cheerleader, I'm here for you. You can do it. It's possible. You can get through it. Hey, everything is possible with God. So thank you all for watching the video. I hope that it helped you. Leave any questions or comments in the description box. If you like this video, or if you feel like it was helpful, go ahead and like it, and also share it with somebody else. Thanks again for watching. Peace.